today's webinar on the topic Management of Annavaha Srotovikara by Dr. Yashoda Kumbal. Madam is Professor and HOD, Department of Kaya Chikitsa in Sri C.V. Guptal Ayurveda Medical College and Hospital, Dharwad, Karnataka. I welcome Madam for today's session. Let me introduce Madam to you all. Madam has completed her undergraduation from Ayurveda Mahavidyalaya, Hubballi, MD in Kaya Chikitsa in DGM Ayurvedic Medical College, Kolkata. Madam has presented papers in various national and international journals and seminars, and she has given radio talks at AIR Dharwad. She is running her own Panchakarma unit in Dharwad. So I let Madam to start this session.
Okay, thank you, Diva, and special thanks to Dr. Hemant also for giving me this opportunity to be with you all. So, can I start my session itself?
Yeah, Madam.
Yeah, thank you. So, in today's presentation, my approach will be more towards practical orientation than the theoretical analysis. Whenever, when we start a practice, the approach of understanding is different. When we read, our understanding is different. When we teach, our understanding is different. So I'm trying to club up all these things and want to share what I have gained. I have learned like 5.5 years of UG, 3 years of PG, that's Adhyayana, what I consider, and 20 years of teaching experience, out of which I taught 16 years Kaya Chikitsa 2, which covers Annava Srotas, and almost for 13 batches I taught Charaka Samhita, and for 8 batches I taught Ashtanga, and I'm in practice since 25 years. So I'm trying to club up all the knowledge, whatever I have gained out of these 25 years, and I want to share with you. And definitely my thought will be depending on the classical references only. But I may not highlight much about the analysis of the shlokas or the things. I'll take the topic towards how I have understood. Because see, all the materials are available for all the students or the practitioners in the e-media or the text media. Every colleges are going to teach. So there is no meaning in explaining the shlokas. I try to explain you how I have understood out of all these years. Okay, so sometimes your opinion may differ from that, but it is purely my opinion. So we can have a good discussion after the session also. Whenever I read Srotasas, 2 chapters always catch hold of my mind. One is Krimi Adhyaya, second one is Srotovimani Adhyaya. Krimi Adhyaya may not be relevant for today's subject, but it's very relevant for present scenario. See, all of we have read Krimi Adhyaya, wherein he speaks there are Anu size of Krimis, Pada Rahita, Pada Yukta, Raktagata, all explanation. When we read Krimi, we surely understand that our Acharyas had a very perfect idea about bacteriology and virology. But coming to a treatment aspect, they never highlighted Krimi Vighata Chikitsa. Nowhere they use the word Krimi Vighata. They always highlighted Prakriti Vighata Chikitsa. See the beauty of it. So many years back, our ancestors decided that there is no meaning in killing the krimis. It is the system or the Prakriti which has to be created in such a manner where our krimis should not grow. And that is still today true. This always makes me to believe Ayurveda is Shashwata, Ayurveda is Anadi, Trikala Satya. Our history teacher used to teach us, P.S. Kulkarni sir used to teach us 25-30 years back these words, and all these words are really true till today. And when I look into Srotovimani Adhyaya, it always forced me to appreciate about Ayurvedopadesheshu Videyaha Paramataraha. No questions for our Aptas. They are the Aptas. They had such a beautiful knowledge. See their knowledge. They say, Srotasas are Anu, Srotasas are Stula. Every single cell in our body is a Srotas. Any material is there in our body, then that is having a, in Avanta Bhava Visheshaha, those shlokas, you know, they are having the one Srotasas. So even though they had an idea that the srotasas are aparisankheya, innumerable, uncountable. So even they had this idea for the understanding, for the easy like an approach or most useful srotasas or most repeatedly used srotasas, they classified them into 13, or they considered 13 as the important srotasas. And see how beautifully they have selected those 13 also. I'll share my slides. Yes. Slides are visible, Divya?
Yeah, madam. Yes, your slide is visible. You can
Okay,
continue.
fine. Here. Srotasameva samudayam purusham ichati. That's the one they had very clear. Whole Purusha, the human body is made up of srotasas. They had this. But they have given importance for 13 srotasas. What are those srotasas? Pranavaha, Udakavaha, Annavaha srotas. See, what are these factors in first year, first standard, second standard, third standard, EVS books only it starts. These are water, air, and food, which are entering to our body from outside, right? So these are the three factors, or these are the three srotasas required for the outside material to bring inside. Then once these three are brought, then these three has to be get converted into our sharira dhatus. What are those dhatus? Rata, Rakta, Mamsa, Meda, Asti, Majja, Shukra. Yes, when they get converted, they have to nourish, they have to look after all these things. So we need some particular channels to do all those things. And these are considered as the important 7 srotasas. Then the prana, udaka, anna, which has entered our body, converted to all these things, nourished all these things, and the remaining, which is not useful, has to go out of our body. So through what they can go out of our body? They can go out in 3 forms. One is purisha, or the mala, what we call, or the mutra, and the sveta. So these are the 3 things which are going out of your body. So these 3 channels are also total. So totally 13 important srotasas, out of which 3 are meant for entering inside, 3 are meant for sending out, and 7 are the srotasas, or the dhatus, which are there in our body, which has to be nourished. Divya, I'm getting a lot of disturbance. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes, madam, you are audible. You can continue.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of disturbances actually. Okay, fine.
Madam, you have to share the PPT in slide mode. Madam?
Yeah?
Please share the PPT in slide mode.
Okay.
Put in slide mode.
Okay.
Vidya, Shraddha to mute. Vidya, ask Shraddha to unmute. Disturbance is there.
आधार कार्ड राशन कार्ड करेंगे वो शिला बाईपास तो ये पोलो गाड़ी का शोरूम है ना, का शोरूम है, इसके बिल्कुल सामने में।
Everyone mute your windows. Please mute your windows.
यहाँ तो दवाइयाँ बनती है साथ में, पीछे फैक्ट्री है।
Yeah, madam. You can continue, madam. It is importance of Annavaha.
Yeah. Now, see, out of these, as aparisankhya srotasas have been summarized to 13 srotasas. Intention is allow the material from outside, those are 3 srotasas, send out of the body, these are 3 srotasas, and for nourishment of the dhatus, these are the 7 srotasas. Now, out of these 13 srotasas, I feel Annava srotas as very, very most important factor. Whenever we understand the importance of anything, then only we develop an interest in knowing the subject. So, first let us try to understand what is why Annava srotas is important. See here, we all know Agni is Annava srotas. Annava srotas is Agni, or Agni is situated in Annava srotas. And what are the importance of Agni? Ayu, Varna, Bala, Swastha, Utsaha, Upachaya, Prabha, Oja, Teja, everything is possible with Agni. And more than that, I like this shloka a lot. Shante Agnau Mriyate, Yukte Chiram Jivatyanamayah, Rogi Sat Vikrute. See here, the beauty of the shloka. If Yukte, if it is proper, Anamayaha, you will live without disease. Chiram Jivati Anamayaha. If it becomes Shanta, then you are going to die. If it becomes Vikrita, then you will become Rogi. So definitely everyone of us want to be Yukte Chiram Jivatyanamayah. Not only ourselves, our dharma or the karma itself is keeping whole world fit for this, not keeping the people alive, keeping the people anamayaha. So if you want to keep the people jivatyanamayah chiram, then you have to understand Annava srotas. If person's Annava srotas is proper, if person's Agni is proper, then only a person can live a long life and a happy life and a healthy life. And second shloka, sarve rogaha mandagnau. You know, like if a lot of mass is there, and if you want to identify any Ayurvedic people are there here, then chant 2 to 3 shlokas. Immediately will get the response. First one, yatra yatra vannihi, yes, the people will become alert. Then if you want to check Ayurvedics are there or not, then next shloka is purva janma krute pape, yes, they will become alert. And the third important shloka is sarve rogaha mandagnau. However many chances the student might have taken, but definitely he will be aware about these 3 shlokas. So what I want to say by this is sarve rogaha mandagnau is repeatedly taught to us. And we are the doctors, we are mainly handling about the diseases. And now we know that sarve rogaha mandagnau, then definitely it is our responsibility to keep the Agni in a proper manner. So learning Annava srotas becomes very important. Next, when we understand that roga is going to happen from the Annava srotas, we know how the roga is manifested. It is through Kriya Kala. In Kriya Kala, we have Sanchaya, Prakopa, Prasara, Sthana Samshraya, Vyakta, and Vedavastas. You know all these things. Sanchaya, Prakopa, Prasara leads to Dosha Vriddhi. Sthana Samshraya, Vyakta, Veda leads to like Dosha Dhatu Sammoshana. It's observed. I don't want to go detail of all these things. My concern is what happens in Sanchaya Avastha. In Sanchaya Avastha, doshas are going to increase or vruddhi in their Moola Sthanas. Yes? In Prakopa Avastha, doshas are going to increase in their Gauna Sthanas also. In Prasara Avastha, the doshas are going to spread to the sthana of other doshas, right? This concept is known to every one of us. Now, Sanchaya, when we say that doshas are going to increase in their own Moolasthanas. What are the Moolasthanas? Where the Moolasthanas are there? Moolasthanas are Amashaya, Pachamanashaya and Pakvashaya. For all the three doshas, Vata, Pitta, Kapha. Kapha in Urdhva Amashaya, Pitta in Adho Amashaya and Vata in Pakvashaya. So where all these three things are present? All the three things are present in Annavaha Srotas only. See the beauty of it. So, journey of every disease starts from Annavaha Srotas. It may be any disease. That's why whenever you write Samprapti Ghataka, there it's always a point there. Udbhavasthana, Sancharisthana, Vyaktasthana. In different diseases, Sancharasthana and Vyaktasthana may be different. But Udbhavasthana is always only two words we write. One is either Amashaya or Pakvashaya. There are no any other sthanas for Udbhava apart from Amashaya and Pakvashaya. So you be clear, every disease starts from Annavaha Srotas. Then understand how much important it is to know the Annavaha Srotas. See the Sanchaya. Lakshanas of doshas in Sanchaya Avastha is given to us. Tatra Sanchitanam Kalu Doshanam Sabdapurna Koshtata Petavabas. All these things you know. I want to say or highlight the next shloka. Importance of treatment in Sanchaya Avastha. He says, Sanchaye apavruta dosha labhanti na uttara gatihi. Te tu uttarasu gatishu bhavanti balavattaraha. What he is telling? Sanchaye apavruta dosha. If you subside the doshas in Sanchaya Avastha itself, labhanti na uttara gatihi. It won't go to a next stage itself. If you don't do that, if you don't do the apavruta of the doshas in Sanchaya Avastha, then te tu uttarasu gatishu bhavanti balavattaraha. If they enter into a next avastha, then the disease goes on becoming stronger and stronger. Balavattaraha. That's why we should have a very clear, see, if you have the Annavaha Srotas idea properly and if you understand, yes, some visheshan is going on here, some lakshanas, dosha vruddhi is taking place in Amashaya, Urdhva Amashaya, Adho Amashaya, Pakvashaya, and you become alert and handle. See, it is for yourself as well as for your patient. So if you understand and control the dosha progress or the further avasthas, then you are doing a great job to your patient and for yourself. Now, whenever we want to handle any srotas, we should have a very clear-cut idea about the doshas present in that srotas and where those doshas are located. Both the factors are very essential for us. And we all know very well why we should have the idea of this. Dosha paka is a chikitsa, dhatu paka is a vyadhi. So chikitsa is nothing but treating the doshas involved in that particular sthana. Okay. So coming to Annavaha Srotas, in the first shloka I told Agni is very important, Agni is Annavaha Srotas, everything is fine. But that is not enough. Agni itself is not Annavaha Srotas. There are many other factors which are contributing in Annavaha Srotas. See here, I have given you a list. What are those things? Bodhaka Kapha. Where Bodhaka Kapha is? Bodhaka Kapha is in the Mukha, we know it, which helps in perceiving the taste. Then Pranavata, which brings the food from the mouth to the stomach. And then when it enters the stomach, the role of Kledaka Kapha, which brings snigdatva, kledatva to the ahara. Then is the role of Pachaka Pitta. Along with the Pachaka Pitta, we have the Samanavata, right? Then through the Pachaka Pitta, Samanavata, when food has progressed, then it enters into a Pakvashaya. There comes the role of Apana Vata. These points are not told by me. All these things are in shloka form also. If you go for the shlokas, see here. Annamadana karma tu pranaha. Adana karma of Anna to the Koshta is done by Pranavata. Tad Dravair Binna Sangata Snehena Mrudutam Gatam. Which dosha is doing all this work? That Binna, Sangata, Sneha, Mruduta, Dravata. All these things are brought by Kledaka Kapha. Then Samanena Avadhuto Agni. Agni is doing the function. But how? samanena avadhuto agni udiryaha pavanodvaha. If all these things are proper, then one more addition is there. It's not only sufficient, they are fine. He says, kale bhuktam samam. If you take a proper food and kale bhuktam, then only sammak pachatyayur vivruddhaye. Mera pranavata is good, my kledaka kapha is good, my samanavata is good, then I can have anything. No, he puts a restriction for that. Kale bhuktam samam samyak pachatyayu vivruddhaye. He continues. See here. He continues and says, Evam rasamalaya namashayastam adhastitah pachatyagnir stalyam odanaya ambu tandulam. As we cook, keeping tandula and ambu in the vessel and we cook, no? Similar way, the food what you have consumed, annam, the food what is there in amashaya, so that amashayasta adhastitah agni. Adhastita Agni is going to do the Pachana Karma, and out of Anna it is producing Rasa and Mala. Formation of Rasa and Mala from the Anna what you have consumed is by your Agni. Okay, so please understand and have a clear vision about this. Then only you can appreciate the Chikitsa when I start speaking. One point is here, we all know. Pitta pangu, kafam pangu, pangavo maladatavaha, vayuna yatraniante tatra gachanti megavat. There is nothing in the body or in the universe which can move without the gati of vata. Every movement, every gati requires the involvement of vata. That's why as long as the food is entering into, as long as the food is coming from the mouth to the stomach, the gati is there. So this gati is controlled by pranavata. And after entering into the stomach, till it reaches the pakvashaya, it's a function or the duty of the samanavata. It has to take care how long it should allow the food to stay here, then how long it has to send the food to the next part, whether it has to have the gati slowly or fast, vigorous. Everything is decided by samanavata. That's why the shloka is also there, no? Everyone of we know that shloka. Samano agni samipastaha. See the function of samanavata. What are the functions? Annam grannhati, pachati, vivechayati, munchati. Anywhere when we teach like in vata dosha, anytime you get that idea whether vata can do pachana karma, vivechana karma, all those things. No, but it is true in the form of samanavata. What all samanavata is doing? It is doing grahana karma. It's holding, it's allowing the food to stay for some time till it get digested. It is its responsibility. If my agni is perfect, but my samanavata is not perfect, then how your digestion can be perfect? So it's a duty of samanavata to hold the food for particular time, that grahana karma. Then annam grannati, then pachati. In a vacuum, agni cannot work. The presence of samanavata or the air is a must for the functioning of agni. That's why he is considering samanavata as doing the pachana karma. Agni is doing the pachana karma, but agni cannot work without the presence of samanavata. If samanavata is increased also, in Jwara Samprapti we get that example. If the material is kept for boiling and there is a forceful wind blow and agni is directed to some other direction, then you cannot expect the rice to cook, even though your agni is strong, but it is not present in that particular area due to the vruddhi there. So samanavata has to be there during the pachana karma. Then after that, what it does, vivechana, whether it should order the vilais to absorb or it should send the food material further. So that vivechana karma, whether it is sara bhaga or the kitta bhaga, or it is rasa bhaga or the mala bhaga, this decision is taken by the your samanavata. Then munchati, my job is over, this is absorbed, and whatever is there, that is sent out. I don't want this. Then starts the duty of apanavata. Apanavata is the one which is doing shoshana and absorbing, reabsorbing the liquid material in it along with agni only, reabsorbing the material and sending out the mala. Mala pravrutti or sending out the mala is the function of apanavata. Hope it's clear with you about the digestion, wherein we want bodhaka kapha, kledaka kapha and agni, that is pachaka pitta. Even though agni we consider only one agni is involved in your digestion. No doubt in metabolism we have Ranjaka Pitta or in Vata Vata in circulation. Those are different, but we will not touch that. So here the role of Pranavata, Samanavata, Apanavata, Ajaka Pitta, Kledaka Kapha, Bodhaka Kapha. Okay, so all these factors contribute to the digestion. Then this is the Prakruta Avastha. After Prakruta Avastha, let us move on to Sroto Dushti Lakshanas. How we are understanding it, there is no Prakruta Avastha. Proper digestion is not taking place in our body. Something is wrong. So what our text says about this? When you go for Annava Sroto Dushti Lakshanas and see the shloka there, Annavahanam Srotasam Amashriyo Moolam Vamam Cha Pashvam Pradushtanam Tu Kalu Eshamidam Vishesha Vijnanam Bhavati Tadyatha. Important point starts here. What are the lakshanas you are going to get? Anannabhilasha, Arochaka, Avipakau, Chardim Cha Drushtva, Annavahanyasya Srotamsi Pradushtani iti Vidyat. You have to understand, if there is Anannabhilasha, if there is Aruchi, if there is Avipaka or Chardi. So this is what our acharyas say about Annavaha Sroto Dushti Lakshana. Next, coming to our syllabus. I don't have a PG syllabus. I teach for UG. Maybe the similar points are there in your PG syllabus also. What our UG syllabus or our government expect us to learn. See, what are the diseases given in under the heading of Annava Sroto Vikaras? They have told Aruchi, Ajirna, Agnimandya, Admana, Anaha, Atopa, Chardi, Visuchika, Alasaka, Vilambika, Gulma, Shula, Amlapitta, Krimi, Arsha. There they were 4 and these people have increased it. Here Aruchi is told by them, Anannabhilasha is told. In one word they have told it as Avipaka. And that Avipaka is detailed by using these words. Ajirna, Agnimandya, Admana, Anaha, Atopa, Vilambika, Visuchika, Alasaka, Amlapita. Yes, we can take all these things as one word, Avipaka. When proper digestion is not happening, all these lakshanas are seen. And Chardi is also mentioned in Annava Sroto Dushti. I'm not much comfortable of addition of Gulma, Shula, Krimi, Arsha into it, but we'll not, these are the debatable points, we'll not go into that debate. Only point is, these are the things which is accepted by your syllabus or students to read these points. Now, this is the important point. What text says is important, what patient says is more important, and what syllabus required is in between. Here actually the real exam starts. Viva you face once in final year to complete your course. But when you sit in a clinics, every patient is coming to you to take your Viva. Actually, Divya told me, she called me and told, so principal sir is asking you to give some other name, ma'am, because Annava Srotas is sounds to be very vague. Then I told that is the biggest problem what I'm facing, and that's what I want to share with my audience. You know, till today, I have never seen any patient, or I can say very minimum, coming and telling the exact lakshana of one Annava Srotas. Every patient is not a disease, comes with a disease, he always comes with a syndrome only. Annava Srotogata syndrome only I call it as. Nobody will come and tell that, yes, I have got exactly these Admana Lakshanas. Your patient will come and sit and start telling, ma'am, mujhe paikana saaf se nahi hota hai. Then, Vibandha ka patient aaya. We start feeling it, you know, like, yes, we can diagnose it as Vibandha. Then they start slowly. Itna gas bhar jata hai pet mein. हाँ थोड़ा आदमान भी आ गया बीच में. हाँ ठीक है, ऐसे गुड़गुड़ गुड़गुड़ तो नहीं करता है. नहीं मैडम, लास्ट वीक तो इतना गुड़गुड़ आवाज कर रहा था, हंस रहे थे सभी लोग. अरे आदमाना विबंधा जाके आदमाना बन गया था. अभी अभी तो थोड़ा आटोप तक भी आ गया ये पेशेंट. हाँ ठीक है, टेस्ट कैसा लगता है. यू नो, दिस इज हाउ वी गो ऑन. लाइक इट कंफ्यूजेस. छाती में जलन सी, हाँ एकदम जलन सी होती है, बहुत बहुत कब. फिर एक मिनट दे विल गिव अ पॉज एंड से, नॉट एवरी डे बट हैपेंस. Again confusion starts, you know, it's very difficult. And coming to any old aged lady coming with her daughter-in-law, bahu ke saath aati hai, then she start telling, क्या मैडम खाना बोले तो एक पनिशमेंट लगता है, बिल्कुल अच्छा ही नहीं लगता। ओ आपको टेस्ट नहीं लगता है क्या? क्या टेस्ट लगना मैडम, इनका खाना, इनका ध्यान एक तरफ, हाथ में मोबाइल, खाना पकाना, क्या टेस्ट लगता है? तो क्वेश्चन इज, प्रॉब्लम स्टार्ट्स, whether the problem is with the bodhaka kapha or whether the problem is with the bahu, whether why she is not feeling the taste. 10 क्वेश्चन पूछो, उनका घूम फिरा के they'll stay at the same point. It's very difficult to handle Annavasrotogata conditions, or it's very difficult to come to one proper diagnosis. So what I feel or I want to convince you people is, please never go behind the name. Just decide which dosha is involved. Take a proper history, detailed history, and decide which dosha is involved and go according to that. In Chikitsa, we'll discuss about it. Yes, question comes about Chikitsa. Whenever Chikitsa comes, usually what is our vision? In Chikitsa, Nidana Parivarjana, Shodhana, and Shamana. Yes, you agree. Let us see what is Nidana Parivarjana. Nidana Parivarjana, he says, Atimatrasya cha akale cha ahitasya cha bhojanat annavahini dushyanti vaigunyat pavakasya cha. So what he is telling? Atimatra sevana, akala sevana, ahita sevana, all these and agni dushti are the causes for annava sroto dushti vikaras. Now, do we have any medicine for this? Atimatra, akala, hita and all these things? No. Only thing what we can do is a proper history taking, whether they are doing these things, and we have to convince them and advise them what are the wrong things or what are the complications they are going to develop because of this and how to manage it. That's why if any doctor says that I am a very good Ayurvedic practitioner and see minimum 100 patients per day, I give a big 0 to that doctor. 2 points. One, he may not be practicing Ayurveda, he is lying, he may not be seeing 100 patients. If he is seeing 100 patients with the Ayurvedic medicines, then definitely he is not doing justice to Ayurvedic line of treatment. Because Ayurveda never accepts only the medicine. Ayurveda always thinks of Nidana Parivarjana, see, taking the history or the proper Nidana and convincing the patient. Patya is very, very, very essential in, especially in Annavasrotogata vikaras. And agar aap bolenge patient ko, ye mat khao, wo mat khao, ye karo, no, they don't understand. You have to convince them what happens if you do like this. You know how I give the examples to them? कुछ आप लोग चावल पकाते रहते हैं, ओके, या कुकिंग समथिंग, एंड एकदम से लाइक 10-15 मिनट्स 5 मिनट्स तो हो चुका है, आप राइस बॉईल करने के लिए रखे हैं, एंड इमीडिएटली गेट ओपन्स, अरे 2-3 लोग और आ गए, राइट? देन इमीडिएटली इफ यू ऐड सम मोर राइस एंड सम मोर वाटर टू इट, व्हाट विल बी द एंड प्रोडक्ट ऑफ द राइस? So definitely the rice is totally improperly boiled. This is the example, this is the way how we have to convince the patient about Adhyashana. If you do Adhyashana, how it's going to happen? Everything. If you take Atimatra Ahara, what's going to happen? Bag se pura bahar nikal ke aa jata hai, zyada phukte hain hum balloon ko to phoot jata hai. So, you know, in different terms, we have to convince the patient. Please remember, Annavasrotogata vikara, any patient comes to you, you give them minimum 30 times. 10 minutes to know what mistake they are doing, and at least 10 minutes to convince them how they can come out of this. Because the main Nidana is Atimatra, Akala, Ahita Bhojana. So these cannot be handled in a clinic. These we can convince the patient and prepare them mentally to come out of the condition. We have seen, I am taking Pandi since 10 years and उठते ही काले पेट में चाय पीना ही पीना है. मुझे तो लेकिन स्पाइसी फूड्स आई लव अ लॉट. नहीं चाय पीना नहीं. अरे चाय नहीं पीना, कभी किसी ने बताया ही नहीं. This is what we experience in a clinic, because it's purely a mistake of a doctor who failed to convince his patient or make him to understand what problem he is facing. So please remember, Nidana Parivarjana is very essential in management of Annavasrotas. Next is Shodhana. Let us have some discussion about Shodhana here. See, all of you are like, since first BAMS, we try to teach you Purva Karma, Pradhana Karma, Paschat Karma, first Vamana, then Virechana, all these things are taught. But lot of amendments also we see when we go for the Chikitsa Sthanas. Why we usually do Purva Karmas? Purva Karmas are meant for bringing the doshas from Shaka to Koshta. We know Koshtat Shakadigamanam is a disease and Shakat Koshtadigamanam is the Chikitsa. Yes. So when doshas have gone out to the Koshta and manifesting the disease, there what we require? We have to do the Purva Karma, Deepana, Pachana, Snehana, Svedana, whatever is there in the classics, and we have to bring the doshas from Shaka to Koshta. Then you take out the doshas from Urdhva Marga or Adho Marga according to your convenience. But in Annavasrotas, where is Annavasrotas? Annavasrotas is Koshta itself. So where the doshas are, where the problem is in Annavasrotas itself. Yes. So is there any role for Purva Karmas in Annavasrotas? Yes. If the disease have become very chronic and if Sarvadahika Sharira Dushti or Dosha Dushti is causing the problem of Agni, then definitely the proper Shodhana Karmas are required. I do agree. But when it is a recent onset, when the doshas are in Annavasrotas itself, we need not go for the classical treatment of Vamana, Virechana, all those things. A simple Sthanika Shodhana is enough. That's why you see, you read Alasaka, you read Agnimandya, you read Ajirna, you read Amla. In many contests, they say that Urtva Shodhana is by Saindhava and Ushnajala. No need of Madanaphala. Sthanika Shodhana. The doshas are in Amasha itself, and you just go for the omit of those factors, and that will reveal most of the conditions. And if you feel that the doshas are not in Urdhva, they have already entered down and they have reached the Pakvashaya, and it's better to take out the doshas or the problem or the dushti from the Buddha Marga, then it is advised. See in all Annavasrutagata Vikaras, we read these things, you will come across these points. In all these things, it's told Phalavarti or simple Shodhanavasti. Mala Shodhana. Okay. Very rarely he asks you to go for Virechana. In most of the Annavasrutagata Vikaras, either the Vamana or the Gudavarti or Phalavarti is advised. So whenever you feel the problem is in the Urdhva Bhaga, nearest root, no? In Koshta we have got two openings, Mukha and the Kuta. So if it is upper part and nearer, or the dosha Utkleshata is there in the upward direction, better take it out through the Urdhva Marga. And if you feel it is already has reached the Adho Bhaga and the nearest route for it to take out through the Guda Marga, then you use simple Phalavarti. But this is not sufficient. After doing Shodhana, definitely Langhana. See, in a well, water is there, you are emptying the water. But you are allowing the Nidana as it is. The entry of the water is allowed and stored water is removed. There is no meaning in it. First, we have to block the entry, then take out the water from the pond. So, here Langhana is a must. Take out the things and do Langhana and help your Agni or assist your Agni by adding Deepana and Pachana medicines. Hope I am trying to put some idea about Shodhana Karma here. My intention of speaking here is, in Annavasrotas, most of the time, we don't require a proper Shodhana therapy. In OPD basis also, we can educate the patient to undergo Vamana Karma or Gudavarti procedure in their home itself. Properly, we should educate them. See, Vamana should not be advised in an empty stomach. We should ask them to drink something according to the requirement. And ask the patient to go for Sadhya Vamana. Or if you want to do it in your clinic, then that's also fine. Only thing is, see that you are not allowing the formation of ama. Intention of Shodhana here is not allowing the ahara to get or undergo vidaha or vidagda and then form the ama. We don't want the ama to form. So in that avastha itself, if it is not getting digested, better take out the products in Annavasrotas itself. Don't allow it to enter into the next stage or enter into your Shaka condition. That is important. Hope I am able to clear about the Shodhana. Now we'll move on to Shamana Chikitsas. In Shamana, most important, because in Annava Sutta, simple acidity patient, simple Admana patient, if you ask, come for Panchakarma, I'll do some Panchakarma, they will not come. Shamanaushadhis play an important role in managing Annava Suttas. So, in Shamanaushadhis, when you are doing selection of 3 points has to be kept in mind. First one is selection of rasa. Second important point is selection of form of medicine. Third important point is importance of Grita in Annava Suttas. I'll explain one by one. Let us go to selection of rasa. When you are selecting the rasas, we should know about the Gunakarma of the rasas. See here. What are the 6 rasas? Madhura, Amla, Lavana, Katu, Tikta, Kashaya. Out of this, in Madhura, we don't get even a single word which speaks or which helps us for Deepana, Pachana Karma or useful in Annava Suttas. Whereas when you look into Amla Rasa, we get Amlo, Jaranaha, Pachano, Deepanaha, Pavana Nigrahano, Anulomanaha. See here. Amla Rasa is acting on Annavaha Srotas. The red line, what I have highlighted, red words, will indicate you that they are helpful in Annavaha Srotas. Next, Lavana. In Lavana, we get Lavanaha, Samshodanaha, Pachano, Vishleshanaha, Kledana. Shloka continues. Here, Lavana Rasa helps in doing Pachana Karma. Then coming to Katu Rasa, Katuko, Deepanaha, Pachano, Rochanaha, Shodanaha. Yes. Katu Rasa is useful in once again in Deepana Pachana Karma or in Annava Srotagata Vikaras. Next comes Tikta Rasa, Tiktaschedano, Rochanaha, Deepana, Rochano, Deepanaha. Yes, Tikta Rasa is useful once again having its role in Annava Srotas. Kashaya, we don't have even a single word which indicates its use in Annava Srotas. Okay, so with this we understand that out of 6 rasas, Madhura is having no much role in Annava Srotas, whereas Amla, Lavana, Katu and Tikta can be best used in Annava Srota Vikaras. Madhura and Kashaya are not contributing much in Annava Srotas. Now, we know the shloka, Katu Tikta Kashayam Vatam Janayati, Madhura Amla Lavana Stena Shamayanti. We know that. I have put it in a graphic form. See here, we know this. Madhura Amla Lavana is Vatahara, Katu Tikta Kashaya, Kafahara, and Madhura Tikta Kashaya are Pittara. We know this. Now, see here. Which rasas are useful in Annava Srotas? Amla, Lavana, Katu, and Tikta. And we know in Annava Srotas, any of these 3 doshas can disturb your Annava Srotas. We have Vatajagni Mandya, Pittajagni Mandya, Kafajagni Mandya. If you go for Ajirna, we have got Ama Jirna, Vidagdha Jirna, Vishtabdha Jirna, which clearly indicates the doshic involvements, right? Vata can also cause Agni Mandya. Pitta, because of its Dravataha Vruddhi, can cause the Agni Mandya. Kapha by itself is the opposite quality of Agni and definitely can cause the Agni Mandya. It is the responsibility of the doctor to diagnose which dosha is really causing a disturbance to my patient. See, if you blindly put, oh doctor Agni Mandya bole to ye dawa likhi thi isliye main bhi likhta hu. No, it's wrong. In your every individual is different. He may be Agni Mandya patient. Patient आके बोल सकता है कि या मुझे डाइजेशन ठीक से नहीं होता है, बट एवरी पेशेंट के लिए वही दवा नहीं होता है. जिसका अग्नि मंद है उसके लिए वही दवा नहीं होता है. You have to decide why he has developed Agni Mandya, whether Vata is causing, Pitta is causing, Kapha is causing. Then you have to select the drug. See here, if your patient is suffering with Vata Lakshanas in Annava Srotas, which drugs will be useful to you? See, these 3 things we have to use, whereas Madhura is of no use. So you have to select the drugs from Amla and Lavana Rasa. We have got lot of preparations. If you go for Grahani Adhyaya, you will get hundreds and hundreds of formulations about the management of Agni or the medicines. Out of those medicines, you have to select such a medicine which is Amla Guna Pradana or Lavana Guna Pradana. We have got a lot of medicines. I am not interested in naming the medicines. You know very well which rasas, if you go for the Chitrakadivati, Hingvashtaka Churna, or you can think of going for Lavana Bhaskara Churna. So any of such medicines which are having Amla and Lavana Guna Pradana. made up of amla and lavana rasas are best useful when vata is causing a disturbance in your annavasrotas. If patient is complaining of kapha hara, or sorry, kapha dosha is causing the problem in your patient, then you have got for kapha hara katu tikta kashaya. Out of this kashaya is of no use. Then katu and tikta, and you know very well, out of katu and tikta, katu is the best or shreshta dravya in managing the kapha. So I advise katu rasa in the management of kafaja or kapha dosha leading to annavasrota dushti. You know very well, there are so many panchakolas. Any medicine prepared with panchakolas or trikatus are the best for the diseases of annavasrotas happening because of kapha dushti. And in pitta, see here, pitta we have got only one drug, only one rasa, because madhura, tikta, kashaya. Madhura and kashaya we are not using. So only left out thing is tikta. But we are lucky enough, tikta is working very nice, working as a best dipaniya as well as pachaniya. So without any tension, we can use tikta. And you know very well what are the tikta rasas? All your nimba se leke har cheez, nimba. So most of the formulations what we are getting are made up of tikta rasas. So if your patient is having any complaints because of pitta dushti, the medicine used should be tikta. Now you may ask, ma'am, especially the students may require how to understand this. It's very difficult to understand clinically. I'll give you simple terms. I am not explaining about the text. What my patients explain, or when they explain, how I understand. See, कोई भी patient आके बोलता है खड़वा खड़वा सा लग रहा है, mark it vata. And even though text says it as madhurasyata, but koi patient aake, like, usually they don't say like I am feeling sweetness in my mouth. They say chipchipa sa lagta hai, chipchipa sa lagta hai. You know, this is how they present, and mark it as kapha. If any patient मुंह में कुछ भी डालता हूँ जलन सी होती है, then mark it as pitta. Lavana mark the condition as pitta conditions. Then if any patient complains जलन सी होती है, छाती में जलन सी होती है, पेट में जलन सी होती है, तो पित्त बोल रहा है. अगर कोई पेशेंट बोलता है अरे मैडम 2 घंटा 3 घंटा हुआ तो जो भी खाता हूं ना वो पेट में ही बैठा हुआ रहता है और थोड़ा डकारी आती है, जो खाता हूं उसका ही स्मेल निकल के आता है, तो कफ बोल रहा है. कोई बोलता है मैडम पेट में गुड़गुड़ होती है और इतना दर्द एकदम मरोड़े जैसा लगने लगता है, इधर दर्द होता है उधर दर्द 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 बोलने लगा, then vata is speaking. Okay, so these are the simple ways how the patient present these doshas. They don't come and tell you that I have the admana, I have the madhurasata. You don't expect the textual words by your patient. So these are the simple words or the points which you should understand to know which dosha may be involved. And one more thing, अगर कोई ऐसे पूछते हैं ना हम लोग कहाँ पे दर्द, पूरा पेट में दर्द होता है, फिर भी दिखाओ कहाँ पे दर्द होता है. अगर हाथ ऊपर आता है, नाभि के ऊपर आता है, then understand the doshas are in आमाशय. ऐसे बोलते बोलते उसका हाथ नाभि के नीचे जाता है, then understand that the patient is having some problem in the pakvashya. Because in Shodhana we want no, we have to go for urdhvagati or adhogati, or we have to handle the dipana pachana dravyas, or we have to handle the anulomana dravyas. If it is in the upper part, we need dipana pachana more. If it is in the lower part, anulomana we require more. So हाथ की तरफ ध्यान रखो, उसके words की तरफ मत ध्यान रखो, उसको बोलो. You show me where exactly it's happening. Exactly कहाँ डॉक्टर, इधर भी होता है, इधर भी होता है, 2-3 जगह शिफ्ट करता है तो भी ऊपर ही शिफ्ट करता रहता है. These are the catching points in a clinics what we have to understand. So I think one more slide I have. Yeah, the same thing. Vata, amla and lavana rasa, pitta with tikta rasa, kapha with tikta and katu, but katu is, I suggest katu more in kapha conditions. Then this is the most important point which we miss in our practice. Most of the time we neglect this, but our acharyas, Charaka, especially in Grahani, when he is discussing about Agni, very elaborately explained this. Selection of form of medicine. Form of medicine is Vaishajya Kalpanas, what we have. See here, I'll read shloka one by one and we'll move fast also. Raukshan mande pibet sarpistailam va deepanair yuktam. See here, he is telling if your Agni has become manda because of ruksha nidanas. Ati ruksha ahara sevana has led to Agnimandya. When you are taking Nidana, it will be very clear. I am going for the weight reduction. मैं घी बिल्कुल नहीं खाता हूँ, मुझे हार्ट का प्रॉब्लम है, बिल्कुल घी नहीं खाता हूँ, दूध तो पीता ही नहीं हूँ. I'm continuously taking only Rukshahara. This is what the cardiologist and diabetologist always suggest them. No, so when this is leading to Agnimandya, you should scratch your head to convince the patient that you have to go for Pibet सर्पितैलम वा दीपनैर्युक्तम. दवा मिक्स किया हुआ घी दे रहा हूँ, ये घी से आपका लिपिड्स बढ़ता नहीं है, इससे आपका अग्नि दीप्त होता है. You should convince them in their own language and encourage them to take the medicine in the form of sarpi or taila when the nidana is rukshajanya. Don't miss these points in practice. Ati snehattu, खा के घी खा के तला हुआ चीज खा के, लेकिन अति स्नेहातु मंदे अग्नौ, if the person has become Agnimandya. Nidana for Agnimandya is Ati Sneha. Then what you are doing? Churna, Arishta, Asava, Hitaha. Yes, you are getting this point? In that condition, your Panchakolasava, your any churnas which are helpful for your Deepana Vaishwanara you may be using, Vashtaka you may be using, Talisadi you may be using, any churnas which are helpful in digestion or the Annavasota Vikaras can be introduced in this form when Nidana is Ati Snehatu. Then, see, when I am telling this, you go for the normal physiology, what we have learned. Udavartatu, I have told, Apanavata is involved, Samanavata is involved. When Udavarta happens, when person does Vega Dharana. Vega Dharana blocks the Gati of Vata, and that leads to the Udavarta. So when Udavarta happens, due to Udavarta, if Agni is disturbed, if your digestion is disturbed, then how to handle? See, without understanding this, if you keep on giving only the churnas, some vatis or Agni Tundi vati likhe bech diya, Panchakolasa likhe bech diya, Draksha likhe bech, no, patient is not getting the result. If Udavarta is the reason, if Vibandha is the reason, constipation, Gati of the Vata is not properly happening, then indicated is Nirohaha Snehabhastayaha. Nirohaha Snehabhastaya. There is no meaning in giving the medicines from the upward route. It is better to bring or do the anulomana of the doshas when Udavarta condition is there by Nirohabhasti and Snehabhasti. See here. Dosha Vruddhaya tu mande agnau. Here Dosha Vruddhi. Here what's the meaning of in every disease Dosha Vruddhi will be there. Here Sarvadaihika Dosha Vruddhi. Nidana is something else. Dosha Vruddhi is there. That is causing disturbance in whole body. Then mande agnau shuddho Dosha vidam charet. Here you have to do shodhana according to dosha vidhi. If kapha is there, vamana, pitta is there, virechana, vata is there, basti. When sarvadaihika dosha vruddhi and mandagni is one of the nidana for that. In that condition, you can go for all these things. Then see here, vyadhi muktasya mandetu. He has suffered since a long time for a disease, and that disease, after the disease, still Agni is not properly, he has come out of the disease, but still Agni is not properly improved. Then Sarpireva Agni Deepana. Never do the Agni Deepana with any other chunas, asavas, arishtas. Use this thing for Agni Deepana. Sarpi for Agni Deepana. Then Upavasacha Mando Agnav. Usually in Gujarat, I think a lot of students are from Gujarat. 21 days का उपवास चलता है, व्रत चलता है, बहुत सारे मतलब especially I have seen, I live in a colony where Gujaratis stay a lot, so I have seen them, so many vratas, so many upavasas, continuously those people are doing. So when you do so much of upavasa and that has led to Agnimandya, then never okay. So lot of upavasa is done and that has led to Agnimandya, then don't give them only sarpi. How it should be given? Yavagu bihi pibet ghrutam. Along with the ahara. Which type of ahara? Yavagu like of ahara, and you should add ghruta into it. What this is going to do? Annava peditam. When this ghruta is mixed with the anna, it leads to balyam, deepanam, brahmanam chatat. So if person has done upvasa for a long time and then starting the food or it has led to Agnimandya, then give a yavagu along with the ghruta. This is most useful in upvasajanya Agnimandya. Then Dirghakala prasangattu kshama kshina krishan naran. If the person has become too kshina, kshama, kshina, krusha, dirghakala, since long days he is suffering with one or the other conditions, then if you want to increase his bala and all those things, then it is better prasahanam rasaihi sa amlair bojayet pishitashinam. So mamsa rasa has to be given. Which type of mamsa rasa? Prasahanam. Prasahana means the birds or the animals which are which consume raw meat only. So that's a different thing. How it is explained to be rasa form. When you give mamsa rasa form, it really does a very good brahmana, but it is not putting much of the load on the agni. So for that also he is how to select the tikshna, lagu, or the jangala mamsa. All those such things has to be selected when agni mandya is there. So I'm giving you key points. If you are interested, you can refer all your texts. So my intention is, don't look at only the Vataja, Pittaja, Kafaja. Vataja, Pittaja, Kafaja, you are selecting the rasas. But when you are selecting the form of medicine, the same Panchakola Sava, whether I have to give it in Panchakola drug, whether I have to give it in Grita form, or I have to give it in Churna form, or I have to give it in Asavarishta form. So this has to be decided depending on the Nidhanas. Just go through this slide again and again and make yourself perfect. So where I have to go for Niruha Basti, where I have to go for Anvasana Basti, where I have to go for Agni correction in the form of Ahara. All these things has to be thought of. I think the same in the same shloka explanation in a chart form is given here. Last point of my class, I think we're running out of time. Importance of Grita. I want to share. This is most important. As I have told, everything is Pangu. Any gati, proper gati is required in our Annavasrotas. We have to go for maintenance of our Vata. Pranavata, Samanavata, Apanavata. If they are functioning properly, then only our digestion will be proper. And you know very well, correction of Vata is possible with Sneha only. Vata is Ruksha Guna Pradhana, so Sneha is the tool for handling the Vata. See here. Snehameva param vidyat. Clearly he has declared. Snehameva param vidyat durbala anala deepanam. Among all the medicines, Sneha is considered as the param, shreshta, for durbala anala deepanam. Anala is Agni. So for doing the Agni deepana, durbala Agni deepana, this is the best. Then he says, Mandagnir avipakvam tu purisham yo atisaryate deepaniya aushadair yuktam gritamatram pibektu saha taya. See here, the red line I want to highlight actually. Taya samanaha pavanaha prasanno margamastitaha. What's going to happen because of this? The person is passing or having the problem of atisaryate because of mandagni and avipakva. You have to go for grita deepaniya dravya yukta grita. If you give this, what's going to happen? Samanaha pavanaha prasanno, which is most important. If you feel Samanavata is not functioning properly, then simple Shunti grita. Even I suggest to my patients, all the patients where I feel avipaka leading to repeated motions, kanakate hi toilet jana padta, and all such patients, I advise them take ardraka kalka and ask them to mix it with butter and prepare a gruta. Don't prepare gruta simply. Add a little bit of not little bit, 1:3 I advise them, ardraka kalka, and ask them to prepare a gruta. And that gruta I ask them to use every day along with the food. It's a simple medicine, what can be considered as Deepaniya Aushadair Yuktam Grutam. This corrects my Samanavata. If its Samanavata is proper, then digestion will be 100% proper. And to take care of Agni, we have already added a Deepaniya Dravya in it. Then, Agnehi Samipacharitvat Hashu Prakurute Balam. So, that's one. Next shloka. Katinyatyah Purisham tu Krutramunchati Manavaha. See here. Here, Purisham yo Atisaryate. Here, Katinyatyah Purisham tu Krutran Munchati. With difficulty. Here, constipation. Here it is Atisara. So, here what we are doing? Here also we are using Grita only. because that's also a problem with the vata only. But what I am adding to that, saghrutam lavanairuktam naro navagraham pibet. So what we are doing here, we are adding lavana to that. In the rasa, if you remember, when the problem is with the vata where it is pakvashaya, katinamala is the indication of problem with the apanavata. So what I am adding to handle that, the same gruta with lavana. Here only dipaniya dravyas, here I am adding lavana. See, small points, but you can get the results when you give priority to these points. हाँ, कोई भी ग्रुत लिख के बेचता हूँ, no, it won't happen. Where to write Sukumara Gruta, where to write Indukanta Gruta, like all Dadi Madi Gruta. So these are the regular medicines what we use in our practice, right? Where to use Shunti Gruta, where to use Dashmula Adi Gruta. So whenever you are using the grutas, you should have an idea for which purpose I am giving, where I want my gruta to act, whether I want it to act on apanavata or samanavata or on my agni. So depending on that, you have to select the drug. Beautiful simile he gives, which I don't want to miss this shloka. I'll tell the shloka and end my talk. See here, third line, you just concentrate. Yatahi sara darvagnihi stiraha santishtate chiram. What's the shloka? If you put a dry grass on a fire, what happens? I'm speaking about the churna. If you put a dry grass on a fire, it will burn. In a second, it will burn and it will vanish. But if you light the agni with the stick, which is properly khadira and all we are using, which are rich in oil, or the sara yukta, what we call, such stick is kept for a fire. What happens? It burns continuously with a uniform flame for a long time. Continuous, uniform flame, long time. Yes, this is what we want, the Agni type. We don't want Agni to burn fatafat se and digestion ek din ho gaya, jab dawa liye to digestion ho gaya, next minute kuch, I don't know what's going to happen. That's not the way of treating the Agni. Way of treating Agni is Sara Darvagnihi. So we should use such a stick which is Sara Yukta. So this will lead to Stiraha Santishtate Chiram. So we should always prefer to use the Grita in Annavasrota Vikaras. One point is sure, whether how much quantity I have to use. We know very well Grita is Guru in nature, but even though it is Guru, it is Dipaniya. We know all those points. But quantity is very, very essential. And whether I am giving it along with the food, along with the Yavagu or the Anna, whatever the person is consuming, or I want to use it as a direct Shamana Aushadhi. So that all requires further study or further understanding of the medicine. The dosage has to be decided depending on the Agni. I think in the Chikitsa, I have tried to tell you the 2 to 3 important points wherein I have tried to analyze Nidana Parivarjana and Nidana Parivarjana, wherein counseling of the patient is very essential. In Shodhana, I have tried to tell you, Sampurna Shodhana is not everywhere required in Annavasotagata Vikaras. Sthanika Shodhana, which you can do on OPD basis or educate the patient to do it in their home. That can be done. And in Shamnaushadis, whenever you are using 3 category points, you should remember which Rasa Yukta Dravya you have to select, which form of medicine you have to select, and always try to give it along with the Grita or Grita preparations. Even you are using Hingvashtaka Churna, you can give it with rice, Grita and homemade Grita, and rice, Grita and your Hingvashtaka Churna. So like that, it's always better to use it with Grita if patient. But one precaution what we have to take is think of the capacity or digestive capacity of the patient and decide the dose. I think with this, I want to conclude and I want to keep some minutes for questions.
Madam, it was a very informative session. Madam, some questions are there in the chat box. Whether you can please
Yeah. Where I have to go for that, Divya? Where are
Chat option. Chat option is there.
Chat.
Right upper side. People's plus chat.
Okay. 15 questions. Fine. Yeah, Amitabh is there. Fine. Vani. Resembling Samana and Sarakitta to Samana and Rasarakta Vikshepana from heart to Vana. I think Dr. Sandeep is asking a question. Resembling Samanavayu to intestine and Sarakitta to Samana and Rasarakta Vikshepana from heart to Vana. I'm not clear what the question is, but still resembling Samanavata, definitely not. To intestine, I'm not telling. It is the Gati of the intestine. Gati of the intestine is the role of Samanavata. And definitely, it is the one which is deciding Sarakitta Vibhajana. I think, Divya, you can read the questions for me. I'm not comfortable reading and answering. You select which question you want me to answer. Divya? Hello?
Hello, ma'am. Due to some technical problem, I am not able to see that questions in the chat box. So,
One question is there, Jalagrahana Kala in relation with Annavas. Jalagrahana Kala, along with this, the food, we have to take some of the Jala that is required. And I always advise to our patient, Atyango Sevana is one of the main nidana for Agnimadhya. Remember this. सुबह उठते 3 घंटा पानी पीता हूँ, 4 liter पानी पीता हूँ. So many patients tell, I strongly deny that. I always suggest that Ati Jala Sevana is main reason for Annavasrota-Dushti. And drink only whenever your body demands. No need to go for. And no doubt our acharyas are told to fill one part with the Jala. If you divide Annavasrotas into 4 parts, 2 is with the solid and 1 with the liquid. It's advised. But prefer to take drava in the form of ahara. We are taking takra, or you can take some of the soups, or you can take some kilisamba, what we call. So take the drava ahara in the form of liquid than drinking it more of water. Okay.
one more
other questions.
Question is there.
Yeah. For Sneha application, some people not direct comfortable with taking ghee. So new market preparations like oil, ghee filled capsules, how much it is? Something is better than nothing. Something is better than nothing. Nowadays, it's very difficult for the patient to make them to take ghee, I know. So I practice this Buddha filled capsules in my practice and getting a good results. No much problem with it. And I don't know, in Annavasrotas, we can ask the patient to take the homemade Gita also, along with that, Chunas can be.
One more question is, and with the severe jaundice and ascites.
That is.
Oh, happy to see Banigo sir. Namaste sir. Namaste sir. Really happy to see, sir, you are the first person who made me to talk on Annava Srotas. Kedara Kullanyaya, Kshetrabadhinyaya, that was the first seminar what I had given in Hubli College. I still remember it.
Yashoda.
Sir.
Dr. Yashoda.
Namaste sir.
Namaste, namaste. Now, I listened to your lecture completely. It was very good presentation.
Thank you, sir. Sir, you are the first person who made me to give lecture on Annava Srotas. Ayurvedic first lecture is given in front of you only, sir. In Kriya chapter. I still remember it.
Okay. I think that I have taught you well.
Yeah, definitely. Sir, you are the guru for it. Yeah.
One more question is that
Congratulations. Good presentation.
in case of Avarana, how to manage the Avarana case, in Anyunya Avarana case, relate.
ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ಕೊಡ್ರಿ 12 ಮುಂದೆ
Divya, voice is not clear.
Madam, one question is there. Anyunya Avarana.
Hello.
Hello, conditions.
Hello, Divya, your voice is not clear. If you, Yashoda madam, good morning.
Good morning, Vivek. How are you?
Thank you. It was very presentation.
Thank you.
Actually, what Divya wanted to ask is, there is a question that it makes clinical practice very easy for diagnosis, but in case of Avarna, it becomes confusing, like in Anyunya Avarna case, how it can be handled, madam. Your explanation is beautiful, but in Anyunya Avarna case, how any easy tips are there to diagnostic case?
Yeah, it's very always difficult. No, Charaka himself accepts it. No, Avarana is always a difficult task. It is not meant for like in routine beginners or the practitioners. Only like in a very later stage when you get, then only you can answer. It's very difficult. I do accept that Avarana is very difficult. First, you try with a simple routine management. When we don't get any results, then only we start thinking of any other options. Any Avaranas are there, any Lakshanas are there, and every list is given in a text. So I usually do that. Whenever I don't get any results, for example, my father himself had suffered with some major issues. He did with all Rishi we didn't get any result. Then finally, I discussed with Dr. Prashant, and then we came to know that it is Avarana Janma. And when we started treating Vana and Pitta, then we got result. So in a routine clinic practice, it's not so easy to understand Avarana, Anyunya Avarana.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah.
Another question is from your student, Dr. Amitabh Bachchan.
Yeah.
That, ma'am, patients having hepatitis B positive and severe jaundice and ascites, how to manage in Ayurveda?
That he has to take it as Udara Roga only, no?
Yes.
Entirely different chikitsa what we have to follow. It's not, we cannot limit ourselves only to the Annava Srotas. There completely the Udara chikitsa has to be followed. Nitya Shodhana is told, and Ushtradugdha, that chikitsa itself is entirely different, Amitabh. It's not the routine Annava Srotagata Vikaras. Hepatitis B is there, then definitely Yakruto Vruddhi will be there, right? So we have to go on the line of treatment of Udara Roga, wherein Apanavata.
Divya, whether your voice is clear now, you can try.
Okay, madam, you have answered the almost all questions, and you have got all very positive feedback. Most of them have said very nice presentation, madam. Most of them were your students when you were teaching Charaka Samhita to them. So they felt like they were sitting in Charaka class only. So I thank Yashoda ma'am for explaining importance of Annavah Shrotas and its treatment elaborately to all of us. On behalf of, I thank on behalf of Parul University, President Parul University Dr. Devamshu Patel, Dr. Komal Patel Madam, Managing Trustee, Parul University, Dean Dr. Hemant Toshikane, Faculty of Ayurveda. I thank once again to you, ma'am. There is a one quote: Udyamena hi siddhyanti karyani, nahi manorataihi, nahi suttasya simhasya pravishyanti mukhena mrugaha. Though you desire without doing any work, you cannot acquire anything. Lion, though he is a king of the forest, without hunting the animals, he is also not going to get the food. But with the students of UG and PG students of Parul University Faculty of Ayurveda are fortunate enough for getting the knowledge, flow of knowledge through the different webinars. This backbone behind these webinars is Dr. Hemant Toshikane, Dean Faculty of Ayurveda. So I thank and congratulate him for making sensitized our students in different topics of Ayurveda. I also thank Dr. Harish Daga for constant his backstage support for making available the session in different social medias. I thank you once again, ma'am.
Thank you, Divya. I'm very happy to see Hemant with his good team, and I expect him to grow the same way himself as well as the institution. And very happy to be with all my known people. My Madhuri is there, Sevantika is there, Mandre sir is there, Sneha I'm seeing you also, Vivek, Amitabh. So it's so nice to see you all after so many days. Very, very, very happy to be with you all. Felt like as if I'm with you all people in Gujarat. Thank you, Hemant.
Nicely speak, Yashoda.
Thank you, Divya, for your cooperation and making me to understand how to use your Google and all. Thank you. Can we conclude?
Yashoda, it was a very good presentation.